They can order one product or they can order all 30 some.
Awesome. Good. So, so what kind of issues or people that have just been back and forth with you, how did you actually get them to close?
So I've learned that the people that normally go back and forth, so you're going to have people that either aren't going to respond or they're going to go back and forth. The people that go back and forth, they want to use the product or they want to try the product, but either they can't afford it or they're just unsure.
Yeah.
So when I have people like that, I either continue to follow up with them because they haven't told me no. And when I do follow up with them, or you're saying like the first time they go back and forth?
No, when they actually go back and forth several times, because I've had that happen before.
Yes, when people do that, I just keep following up with them because they have not told me no. Or I have people who, when I post something, they're constantly asking a question, and I have this one lady who still hasn't become a loyal customer. And the last time she actually said it, she said, I know every time you post something, I get so excited and I ask questions about it and then I never order it. So they're aware that they're doing this. They're just not to a place where they're ready to say yes. So I keep following up. Every time there's a sale, I follow up. Every time, I have great results from something, I follow up and I share it with them. Because for me, that's all planting seeds is about. Constantly going back to the person that hasn't said no. And Giselle says it all the time. If you haven't told me no, stop messaging me.
Right.
And I'm going to keep messaging.
Exactly. So how would you tell people how they should follow up when people don't give you a follow-up time?
I normally give people 2 days. Like if it's a buy one get one kind of sale, I follow up the next day. But if it's just the cleanse or something like that, I give people 2 days and then I follow up and I'll say something like, hey TC, I know we talked about following up, but you weren't able to give me a date or a time, so I wanted to drop in, make sure everything was okay, and see if you had some time to chat about it now.
So what do you do with the people who don't respond at all?
Those people, it's so funny because they're all of their ignores that they think they're ignoring me, but I see their picture right beside my comment. Those people, I seriously just keep reaching out to them because
you're better than me. I give up.
Yeah, that's just what I did. And it's so funny because when there's like a buy one get one or something, I see like my three comments or something that I've been sending, because either they're just going to keep ignoring me, but I mean, how long does it really take me to copy and paste that message in?
Right.
It doesn't take me any time to copy and paste that to like all of my friends. So the way I've been seeing it lately is, what is it hurting? It's not hurting anything for me to send them another message, because it might be the day that they've just decided, you know what, I really need to lose some weight, or I am so exhausted. And that might be the time that I message them and they're like, oh my gosh, this girl has been after me. Let me just try it,
It's crazy because I have this one woman who's been following me for 2.5 years who always likes my ThermoFit post and has been very interested. But when I follow up with her, she never responds. But yet she likes my post. She says, yes, I want it. I'm excited about it. And I said, you know what? And that's one lady I said, I'm not giving up on. There's been so many people that I'm like, you know what? I don't have time to deal with you. Let me go to the people that really, really, really want this. But you're so right. We could miss an opportunity of that one yes 6 months down the line, a year down the line. And that one yes could actually be that be the way that you need to promote. So that's really good, really good. So do you have any tips for us that you basically found that's actually worked for you, that's your niche now and you know what to do now?
One thing is never think that someone doesn't need the product.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one mistake that I was making in the beginning. I didn't reach out to the skinny person because, my mindset was they don't need to lose weight. But once I got over that and I realized, okay, we have way more products than just weight loss. And one young lady that I actually reached out to, just going through my friends list and, reintroducing myself and talking about the health and wellness business. She actually decided to order the shake a couple of months ago, and she's still my loyal customer. And her thing was she really didn't need to lose weight, but she wasn't a breakfast person. So she got so excited about the shake because she was like, oh my gosh, I could drop fruit in here, and I could just take it and go. And she was so excited. And that's been her auto ship for the last 3 or 4 months. She's been getting the shake regular. So that right there is what is the shake, 50 BV or something?
Yeah.
So I could have missed out on something that could have been, the volume that I needed to promote or something like that, because I automatically assumed that, oh, she doesn't need it.
Exactly. Yeah, good
So
stuff.
that's one thing that I would say. Never assume someone doesn't need it, and never assume that someone's not willing to invest, because we may say, oh, I don't think they have the money, but you don't know.
Right.
You don't know what they have, and you don't know what they're willing to invest in. So, no one's off limits.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. Thank you so much, Kim, for those tips.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. All right. Awesome. All right. Patrice, are you available? Hi.
Sorry, y'all, I was eating dinner.
Oh, that's okay. Are you okay? Are you good?
Good. I'm good now.
Okay. So, I know that you are bold, right? So I want to talk about how you approach people with cold market blitzing. Okay.
Okay.
So let me mute. Hold on for 1 second. I'm just getting a little feedback here. Okay. Perfect. Let me make sure I don't have any more feedback. Okay, wonderful. So I'm at the store. Okay, we're going to do some role playing here.
Okay.
All right, and we're in, let's just say, the shoe department. All right, because I know you love shoes.
Don't tell on me.
It's okay. We all love shoes. And so I'm trying on some shoes, and you're like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and tell this girl about my products. What's the first thing that you say to me? I'm sitting down, trying on some shoes, looking at them. How do you start engaging?
Girl, those shoes are cute. You should get those.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. They're for a wedding. Do you think this is too dressed down?
No, I think that'll be perfect. Well, what are you going to be wearing?
I'm going to be wearing a black dress. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to be wearing a white dress. It's off.
No, not to a wedding.
Yeah, at a wedding. So off the shoulder. And I really don't like big heels, because the older I get. So I'm just going to, I need some kitten heels. So, are these cute? Do you think these would look good?
I think they would look really, really good. I think they'll look really good. Well, what are you getting? What are some ideas you have for a gift for the bride and groom?
I'm going to get them a gift card just because they can go out and get what they want. I don't have time to do the registry thing. So I just get gift cards from where they, want to buy at.
That's a really smart idea. I know one of the things that one of the customers from my business did, she did a little gift basket, and then she put a gift card in there, and she entered in some just some good products that they could do for a spa day for each other and all of that.
Oh, okay. What business? What do you do?
Well, I have a health and wellness and beauty business, and so it is just amazing. The products are just really, really good, and they're so reasonable. And they're all natural, they're plant-based, and they're just really amazing.
Okay. Well, do you have some information on that?
I do have some information. I'd like to give you a brochure, and that way you can look to see we have over 30 plus products. And we have everything from a facial line, a skincare line, to vitamins, to energy drinks and weight loss products. So we have everything that you'll ever need.
Perfect. So I'm going to rewind it, and I'm going to kind of play devil's advocate.
Okay.
When I said, so what do you do? And you told me, and I just say, okay, that's awesome. What do you say after that? I didn't ask you I didn't ask you for anything. I just said, oh, that's great. That's nice. What do you say after that?
So I'll say, yeah, it is really awesome. I love what I do.
Okay, that's nice. What do you say after that?
Well, thank you for listening to me, but can I give you some information about what my business is?
Yes. Yep, you sure can. So you give me the information. What do you say after that?
Do you mind if I'm trying to pull a David Brown line?
Yes.
Do you mind? Because he is famous for it. Yeah. But do you mind sending me your number so that way I can follow up with you?
Yeah.
And see if you're. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And you know what David Brown does as well, which I could never do? And David Brown is one of our other leaders. He takes pictures. Do you mind if I take a picture of you and then I can send it to you? And what's your Facebook name? I'm going to tag you. I'm excited to meet you. I'm like, I can't do any of that. But guess what?
It works. Right. It works. It works.
It does. Because people like to feel, I wouldn't say known, but I'm going to say that, but people feel special when you do that. They really do. They're like, you want to take a picture with me? He said he gets her one or two like, no, I don't want to take a picture. And he says, okay, no problem. But 99.9% of the time, he takes pictures.
Or he takes their phone. He's like, oh, can I see your phone? Yeah. And I'm going to I'm going to go ahead and call myself so that way I can lock you in too. So that's another thing that I've learned from him as well.
So I love, Patrice, how you took me going to a wedding and what your other business partner does with the weddings and the spa and the facials and stuff like that. Because 9 times out of 10, if I was in the wedding party and I heard that, and maybe we're having a bachelorette party. Maybe it's a low-key bachelorette party and we just want some spa stuff going on. And maybe I want to treat the bride. And I'll say, you know what? I really want to treat the bride to some new facials, new things like that. Now, I've had brides say, I don't want to try a new skincare regimen.
Right.
And what I say to that is, well, how far away is your wedding? It's about 120 days or next year, especially if you're at a bridal party. And I say, well, guess what? You can try it now. In 3 months, know that it works and you'll have amazing skin. Let me show you some before and afters. So you have time to try it now. So there is no excuse, that basically we don't have something back to say, well, guess what?
Right.
So you got my number. I give you a time to call me. You call me. I don't answer. What do you do after that?
So I'm going to, I don't like leaving voicemails. So I'm going to just text and be like, hey girl, it's Patrice. We met at the shoe department. I hope that the shoes worked out for you. I would love to talk to you more about the products if there was anything you were interested in.
Yes, because let me just tell you too about voice messaging. A lot of people don't check their voice messages like they check their text messages.
Right.
It's sad these days. So that is, I'm so glad you said that. I do the same thing. I don't even leave a voice message anymore. I send text. And 9 times out of 10, they'll text you back. I'm sorry I got held up. Let's shoot for tomorrow at 5. Okay, no problem, Amber. Girl, it's okay. Take care of that baby. Her daughter's screaming. She's putting her to sleep. So take care of the baby, hun. This is recorded, so I'm going to send this out as well. Yep. So that's awesome. So any tips to when you get me on the phone to close?
Okay. So what I would do is obviously find out what they're interested in first and foremost. Ask them how their event went. Like I said, how, be personable. How did the shoes work out with your dress? Have you tried it on yet? Because people really do appreciate you paying attention to them and really remembering what it is that you all talked about. And it also helps to jog their memory. So then after that, like I said, getting into if they're interested in one particular product, if they have questions, and then just kind of, not trying to, vomit on them with a whole bunch of information, but basically just, explaining to them, this is a great program. It's a great opportunity to be a part of this company and get the 40% discount. I don't know about you, but I love to get discounts. And, you can, what am I trying to say? You can get the products for, if you try at least one product for up to 3 months, you'll be a lifetime loyal customer. We want you to stay around. We have so many different things to offer you. And I think at that point, a lot of people are like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give it a try because I'm not using the words auto shipment with them. I'm not using, because I've learned that people, if they say it to me, then I agree with them, but I'm not going to put it out there like, oh, it's a 3-month auto shipment, because people really don't want to commit to that.
Right. Exactly. That's awesome. Thank you so much. So did you have any tips that you kind of learned within the last 30 days that's really actually working for you and it's a niche for you now?
I would have to really say following up and just not giving up, because again, if people are saying, girl, I'm going to get that Friday, then I'm going to keep every Friday until they get it. I'm going to just keep reaching out, because they didn't say, as Kim said earlier, they didn't say no. So I'm like, I'm going to close you. Like, I want you to know, like, I'm going to close you. And that's just kind of how I'm going into it. And then just really being more confident and just knowing that, and a lot of the times now I have people who come up to me even at the football field, and they're like, oh, you do it works? Yes, I do. And, oh, my husband has told me that he's seen you on Facebook doing it. And, we're really interested. Okay, well, let's book a party, or I can come to your house and tell you about it, whatever, and just being more confident about it. So that's one thing. And it does come with practice. I get it.
It does.
It definitely comes with practice. I've been in this business over 2 years now. So I understand that it really does come with practice. So, just being confident. And then, and knowing your products, get to know your products, get in that eSuite, get to know what they are, even the ones that you don't use, get to know what they are, because, there's a bunch of stuff I don't necessarily use, but I know enough about them, to be able to explain it to them. So,
yes. Awesome. Thank you so much, Patrice. And did you guys hear that at the end of this month, they're doing away with the essential bars?
Okay.
For It Works. So they're doing away with the essential bars, which I don't eat the essential bars, but let me just tell you, they saved my life from surgery because they had so much fiber in them. I had to get a hemectomy, and I was strictly on a fiber diet. I made sure that I was like, I need to do everything natural, plant-based, so I don't have to have this surgery. And that was one of the biggest things that helped me when I went to the doctors for the pre-surgery thing. They were like, we don't know what you did, and we don't know how you're fixed. And I know how. It's God, number one. But guess what? I started taking care of my body and started doing what I needed to do so God can do what he needed to do. And so I'm a little sad that they're taking them away, but I don't eat them every day. They were pretty good, but it's okay. I know they're going to come out with something better. So I just wanted to make that insert. So thank you so much, Patrice, for that. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. So Jackie, are you there? I see you. Okay, there you are. Hi.
Hi.
So I really, really, really love how your wording is in your post. And I really want you to share some of your wording and some of the things that you use. And I know that you're one of the newbies, which is amazing, but you have some great wording in your post that really piqued my interest. I'm like, oh my God, I want to buy from her. So I want you to tell me just kind of some of the wording and what you do on a daily basis to attract, loyal customers.
Well, first off, I'll say no one, most people probably don't know my story, but I was in this business before. Mm-hmm. And one of the number one reasons I failed is because I wasn't being myself. I was copying, I was pasting, copying, pasting. And eventually when you hit your cold market, that's not going to work anymore. In fact, when you're in your warm market, people are going to look at you like, that's not how you talk. This is not who you are. Mm-hmm. So during my time off from the business and coming back, I came back and I said, when I come in with my post this time, I have to be intentional every single time. So for me, I'm ADD for one. It takes a long time. I actually plan out my post. I plan them out so that they're personal. One thing that makes it easy is I use the product. So when I use the product, it just comes natural for me to talk about it. I think with some of my posts, then the confidence comes through. I'm big on greens. I'm big on fat fighters. So those are the main things that I talk about. I stay away from salesy as much as possible. And I love, there's a feature on Facebook right before you post something. I think it's before you post. It may do it after you post. It will pop up asking you to place that in a sales place. If it does that, I immediately go back and edit my post. Because if Facebook is picking up that I'm trying to sell something, then I already know everyone else is going to scroll right past it. So that's one of the main things I did. But as far as wording, I just, whatever's me, I do. But I will say I put time into it. And I'm guilty of if it doesn't feel like me to put that post, I don't post. And that's something I got to get away from. Maybe I'm putting too much time in it, and that's something I have to grow with. Mm-hmm. But I'm about myself. Sometimes I struggle with ideas of what to post. If it's not about, say I don't have a product in hand, then I've already used my product. I've already posted about my product. I want something else. I'll go search other leaders and get ideas about what they're posting about. And see if that idea applies to my life. Mm-hmm. I could post about it. So if they're posting about their kids, then I'll post about my kids or whatever it is, but I make it personal.
Yeah. Being authentic is huge in this business. And that copy and paste, definitely. I mean, it's okay to do it sometimes, but like you said, all the time and people not hearing your voice, you're not going to attract who you really are. And then when people do join you eventually, they're like, well, this is not the same person that I was attracted to. So then they lose interest. And it's so, so true. Being your authentic self and being okay with it and being confident in who you are, because I'll attract different people from you. Jackie, you'll attract different people from me. And that's okay. But guess what? That's your tribe. And those are people that start trusting in you and start knowing who you are and, and love you. And that's okay. So being authentic is what I heard. I also heard that you actually look at other leaders and make it your own. Duplication is huge in this business. Not copying word from word, but actually taking what they've done and what they've posted and seeing that it works for them and making it your own and doing it, let's stop recreating the wheel type of thing, right? Because that kind of sets us up for failure. It's so easy to post anything, but when it's not the true you and you're not authentic about it, and you're just copying and pasting. So I love that. Did you have any tips? I know you just got another little customer, how that went, how you closed it. Any other tips that you have?
Yep. So for me, fear has controlled me for a very long time. It controlled me the first time to the point that I quit. And when I came back, I said, I'm going to kick fear in the face, pretty much. I am going to chip away at it little by little.
Yeah.
I'm a yellow, so going live, I was shaking. But I went live for the first time over the weekend. I done my live. When I got on there was 2 viewers. And I was already shook up, like, oh, Lord, this is not going to go well. I boosted myself. I done got on here, and only 2 people watching me. But you know what? I'm going to go with it.
Yeah.
2 people watching. Within 24 hours, I had 1 LC from it. I have a PLC. But more importantly, I planted 120 seeds. And what I mean from that is when I go back, there was 120 people that viewed that video.
Yep.
Which shows me that somewhere they're interested. And I now know that eventually I'm going to have 120 people on my chart.
Yes.
So for that specific LC, she commented on the bottom of there and said, I want to try it. It was the Fat Fighters demo, which if you're just getting started on lives and you're nervous, I would highly recommend doing the demo because it kind of takes the focus off of you for a moment and they're really looking at the product. But she messaged me. She said, I want to try it. I immediately used the voice message option on Facebook so that they can hear my voice. And I go in with confidence. Assuming the sale every single time. All she had to tell me was she was interested and the doors were wide open. If you guys haven't watched the video by Jessica Pearson, and I think it may have been posted in the Voxer, I'm duplicating what she told us to do. I keep it short. I keep it sweet. For that one, she wanted to know how much. I give the whole line. It's 55 retail, whatever, 33 if you do what all my customers do and become a loyal customer. So now you see why, it would be 33 instead of 55. Now you see why everybody wants to be a loyal customer. And while I messaged that, I'm also talking about, like for her, I was talking about, you picked a perfect time to try it. It's football season. I don't know about you, but in my house, we keep junk food around on game day. So she came back with how they like hockey. So I'm still building this relationship as I'm working the sale. And then my one thing that I love to do is when I give them my website, I give them that step-by-step. I copy and paste step-by-step exactly how to sign up on the website. And then I tell them I will follow up with you when I get your confirmation email.
Good stuff. Love it. Love it. Anything else, Jackie?
One thing that I've learned I have a love-hate relationship with are scripts. Scripts. I feel like scripts are there as a guide, as a map. It's to tell you what the basis of a sale, but you have to put a script in your own words. And I would recommend even putting in your own words. And if you're not confident in what it says, send a copy to your enroller and say, hey, will you look over this and see what you think about it? But scripts, if they're not yours, that is the fastest way that you will lose a potential.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, one of my good friends just started Mary Kay, and she sent me this text the other day, and it was a script from Mary Kay. And all I could do was shake my head like, you don't even talk like this. This is not you. So I would say just to get away from scripts, make everything your own.
That's awesome. Yes, exactly. I love it. Love it. Thank you so much, Jackie.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. Did you guys have any input, any questions? Did you guys learn from this? I know I did. I really, really love hearing from you guys. I don't like to be the one to talk all the time, seriously. We have diamond leaders in here. We have emerald. And even if you just signed up, you're still a leader and you still have some amazing tips and tools to come to the table with. So does anybody have any questions? Unmute yourself, raise your hand, put it in the chat. Anybody have anything that is actually working for them on closing new DTs, new loyal customers? Crystal, you still can't talk? Okay. Pray for her. She's got some pain in her teeth. So it sucks. So girl, I hope you sleep tonight and sleep through the night. And we're definitely praying for you. So anybody else have any tips? Everybody good? Going once, going twice, gone. All right, guys, I really just kind of wanted to do these things. Please implement these tools. I'm going to post this recording in our Voxer on YouTube. Hopefully it won't take hours to download. I'll post it maybe worst case tomorrow. I'm going to try to do it tonight. And send this to your team, because definitely I know I've learned something, so I hope you've learned something. So thank you guys for tuning in. I am praying for everybody. You guys, there are so many people that are boxed in for promotions. Guys, every day counts. Every hour counts. Get with your leaders. Have your leaders get with your team members, and keep it simple. 4 loyal customers, 3 DTs, okay? Party your way through promotion, and let's get to work. I love you guys. If you need anything, you have my number. You can text me. You can message me on Facebook. Have a great evening. And tomorrow we are doing a power hour, okay? We are going to do it at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to need about an hour of your time, about 60 minutes. And these tools, and I'm going to give you after the power hour exactly how to do a power hour every day. And when you do this power hour every day for yourself, I promise you, it will gain you more leads in distributors and loyal customers. But being consistent and persistent and sticking to these power hours for you is a must, okay? And make it your own. If you can't get on the phone, but you can message, do that. If you can't message but get on the phone, do that. If you can blitz because you're out on a football field or a basketball field or a cheerleading field, do that. So make it your own so it's easy for you. But I'm going to share that after we do our power hour tomorrow. I'm going to put that Zoom information in tomorrow. And you got to come with pen and paper. You got to make sure that you're on social media. Make sure you have your hundreds list out. Make sure you have your MailChimp out or Constant Contact or whatever you have to actually email blast people, because we are going to do some work tomorrow. And then I'm going to share with you the outline of the power hour so you can also teach your team. Also, your team is more than welcome to be on. Seriously, guys, if we do a power hour once a week and everybody is on, your team, their team, I'm telling you, the amount of loyal customers and volume and new DTs that we have is going to be amazing. It'll blow your mind, but you got to put the work in to do it. Your team has to put the work in to do it. It's not going to be handed to you in your lap. You have to put in the work. So I love you guys. Have a great night, great evening, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.